It now being 5:01 on February 12th, 2025, I'm opening up the North Carver Water District February meeting. It's in Meeting Room 4 and being recorded by Area 58 for us. We do have one family coming in here for a public hearing here to talk about their bills. Just confirmed with them that they were coming in. They will. All right. First one, public comment. Okay. Next on the list is the minutes of the meeting. Everyone get a chance to take a quick gander at those minutes?
Yes. I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written for January 23rd, 2025.
We have a motion by Eric, second
Abstain.
by Doug. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, pass. All right, one down. All right. Bills payable, kind of went out of order, but, all right, so we have Susan Hannon's minutes at $75. I'll entertain a motion to pay.
Make a motion to pay Susan.
Motion by
$75.
Doug, second.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next on the list is Carver Phase 2 LLC. It says care of Pegasus. This is the solar. For electric is $2,934.21.
Make a motion to accept.
We have a motion, second. Discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Next is Solaire America invoice. That one's for $1,139.96.
Make a motion to accept.
Second.
Hi. Doug. Okay, discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pass, unanimous. All right, next one, all right, this one's a big one. All right, this is the town of Middleborough for water provided to the district from July 3, 24 to October 17, 24 for a bill of $137,198.66. And this bill date was from November 27, 2024. Now, I thought we had already approved this.
I thought we did too.
How much
So-
money do we have?
Well, we're gonna discuss that too, tonight. So, I guess it wasn't paid because they put it back on here again. So, I'll entertain a motion to pay this.
I'll make that motion.
And a second,
Second.
I thought I did.
discussion. Like I said, I thought we already paid this, and we had already approved to pay it. So that's gonna be my discussion is, question we already paid. We already voted, I should say. All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, pass. All right, so we have to sign off on all of these wonderful things. There's one there. And then one for you. All right, we have. So this came, next one, from the finance director and treasurer tax collector. The North Carver Water District Commission is hereby request to commit a total of $24,053.60 as of January 2825 as payment for water usage for the months of October 25, 24 to January 28, 25 in the North Carver Water District. And this is transfer of funds. Fire protection was $375. We have nothing for meters. Water charges of $23,678.60 with no bulk water charges. And they need us to pay for this. So I'll entertain a motion to pay these two, to accept the two monies amounts for payment.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
We have a motion, second.
Second.
Okay, all those, discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. All right, and we need to sign those off too. All right. All right, now, Josh?
Yes,
All
yes.
right, come on down. You can have a seat right here. Thank you, sir. All right. So, I got some correspondence, from Angela and Josh regarding their water. It was forwarded to me by, Nicole upstairs in the finance office, saying they're having some issues with their billing. So, can you just fill us in on what's going on with your water bill?
Sure. So, the water bill, I would say, you phrased it kind of like a continuing problem. I don't believe there's a continuing problem. I believe early on there was an issue with the billing. We were surprised by a bill that in one quarter was multiples, 5x, 6x, essentially what any bill we've had, since or beforehand in that property. And most of that quarter, if not all of that quarter, I can prove that the house was vacant too. It was actually under construction. So after that tenant had moved out, we actually, put that house under construction for about 6 months. And in the next billing cycle, that was a blank. So why, when this, house was vacant, did we somehow accrue a balance or a $3,800 bill, and none of that was plumbing work either. So, the water was essentially shut off, or you had guys washing their hands, working, that's it. No one's taking showers, maybe using the toilet. It just doesn't add up at all. And I have the documentation in terms of when she moved out and kind of how that correlates with, the dates and everything. And even on top of this, I know that there was a domestic dispute at that property prior to that. She wasn't even in there. There's only like a 2-day overlap between, when she was in there in that billing period. And I know she wasn't even in there because of the domestic dispute. She was living in a hotel. So, I don't know where the water, I don't know where the water usage came from, quite frankly. It's a mystery to me. And it's so in excess of anything before or after that I'm just like, it's unexplainable. If it was less, I'd actually be more concerned because it would be explainable,
Okay, so what are the dates that the house was vacant for?
Right here, here's the, I don't know what you guys have in front of you, so maybe I can help.
That's what you're here for.
Yeah, I got you. That's what I was assuming. So, you can see this right here. So she moved out. Well, let me get you the documentation. She officially was out November 1. But like I said, I know she was out. That's 23.
Okay.
23. So these are the two big documents I think that are relevant. You want me to bring these up and just
Yes,
so you
sir.
guys can? So you can see right towards the bottom there, November 1 is her official out date. And then you'll see in that billing schedule on the next one, that's only about a 3-day overlap between the end of that schedule the end of that billing period, I should say. And then the next 2 billing periods are blanks, which is clearly when the house is under construction, or not construction, but
And you got this from
renovation.
the town, correct?
Yeah.
Town
that's
provided
like-
you this,
Yeah,
right?
that's I got from you guys.
Looks
so-
familiar. All right, so what they are saying here is that you had a balance forward prior to October 24th of '24 of $3,902.79. Correct?
Balance forward, I think that was for that billing period.
It says
Ending.
balance forward. It says balance forward basically from the last billing cycle. Their water usage was $746.48. That was your water usage for that billing cycle.
That sounds accurate. I mean,
Okay.
our last billing cycle was $720, right?
Okay, so, but there was a $3,900 and $3,902.79. That was a balance prior to.
That's where I can't figure out where, based on that sheet, I can't figure out where that comes from because there was only, what, 2 billing periods before then? You know, even if there were $700-800 billing periods,
Okay.
it just doesn't add up.
Do you know when your water meter was installed there originally?
I don't know when that was installed. I know I worked with the Board of Health, and we did switch over because I think that area was affected by that, you know, PFAS or whatever's going on in there. So it became a, you know, and then, yeah, and then I think the very first bill we got was over the first bill that we got in our hand was over $4,000.
All right, so then I see the next one is, it says on 1/18/24, your water usage was 3,166 gallons, in the dollars, I'm sorry, $3,166.95, for 41,301 gallons. So I think this may be one of the same issues that we had before, that they were calculating it out as cubic feet instead of gallons. And we're back to that issue. It's like, oh no, we have to go ahead now and calculate out that amount. So right now, as we speak, you have a total bill of, it's probably gonna be $5,000 now.
Something like that. I mean, we've been making our quarterly payments now just to, you know, just to try to work with the town, you know what I mean?
Right.
Obviously, it was just overhearing, you know what I mean? Town has real bills to pay. I'm not trying to stiff anyone out of, you know, payment here. I'm just like, you know, this is crazy.
So November 1/23. So here it says in August of '23, your bill was 500, your water usage was a total of $552.24. And then we look at the one in 10/24/24, it was $746.48. So that's like a typical, in between around there would be typical of how much your bill should be.
And we've had 2 bills in the last 2 quarters that have been, I think, the 740 something and 720 something. So they've been, and it's the same number of people living there now that were living there then. So that seems to be kind of in the range, you know? And comparison, we own, you know, several properties across the South Shore. I mean, that's kind of in the range with what we pay for a single family home, you know, with 4 or 5 bedrooms, you know?
All right. Okay, so yeah, because I have the same one that they sent me about that. So now we basically have to do some rough justice here to kind of get them back on the straight and narrow for future
Right.
bills after this.
Yeah, because that most recent one in October seems accurate.
Right,
The one back in August of '23 looks accurate.
right.
And then she looked on 11/1, 11/2 is the next read. there was nothing, and then 118, there was a bill for $3,100. That's where it kind of spiked.
Right.
The meter did something crazy, because it went from 8732 to 50,032.
Yeah.
Did you do anything with the power?
No, no electricity, no plumbing.
Nothing?
Unfortunately, just,
You don't have any water sprinklers
no,
on the
no,
property?
no sprinklers at all on that property.
Doug, does power have anything to do with those meters, or no? That's just that
No,
wireless, right?
no, unless the meter was taken out and put in backwards, it was reading backwards,
Oh, okay.
you know what I mean?
But you said you didn't have any plumbing done?
No plumbing at all done. No plumbing, no electrical done. It was unfortunately just trashed.
And how long have you guys been back in the home?
The current tenant moved in, I don't know that number, but it literally tracks perfectly with that usage, in 2024.
All right,
So they were living there in October 20.
Yeah, I believe so,
So
yes.
July, sometime they probably moved in
Exactly.
through
exactly.
October, so that 746 would be a rough
Right.
average use.
And I think there's another bill that's whatever, 720 most recently, because we just paid that.
And what were you paying prior to? Were you doing the minimum of what they said to do
So
in the office?
We were advised to just pay that quarterly or to pay the minimum. And so we've been doing that until we could have a conversation, and that's been, we're just doing, like I said, we're trying to work with the town.
Was this your last bill, the 4,600
I got
that they
those with me
submitted to you?
here.
Yeah, because we don't get a copy of the bills that get sent out to everyone.
I think those are all bills.
All right.
So how long was the house vacant? She moved out on
Yeah.
11
At
what?
least 6 months.
600.
At least 6 months, which works out to those 2 blank quarters, right?
Okay.
At least,
And then
probably a
she
little
came back in
longer.
in 7 of 24.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was winter time, so it's hard to rent in the winter. So it makes sense that, the springtime kind of early spring, or late spring, early summer. So that all coincides.
So it looks like, Bob, these two, when the tenant was there, is the balance, but this 38 is incorrect. This is correct, though.
Correct.
Yep, okay. So it looks like that 3,856 and the 3,810, when the house was vacant, there's something wrong with the meter.
Right. So their last bill was $4,672.75.
Okay,
They paid $746.48.
right, because they're just doing a balance.
Right. So we have a balance forward of 4,520.17. So if we're using this number for, it still doesn't make a sense. It should be less. And that's,
Basically, it should be like, this should be the balance for that,
let me get my calculator here because it's
that.
calculator.
Those two would go,
Calculator out.
and then this.
6, 2. So I come up with 3,926.27 as their owing amount, which would pretty much come in really close to the amount of how much it was out of whack.
Yeah, because basically
During that time.
they should have paid this,
Right.
this, and then this.
Correct.
And then the minimum, I think, is there a minimum charge each month?
Yeah, 49.50,
So 49, yeah, 45.90.
45.90. So,
So it would have been to date,
but the money, what we're looking at now is they've already paid those, so that's already been deducted.
these two?
Yeah, so I deducted what they paid from this total bill that they have here, which comes out to the this, 3,926.27.
That's that balance forward, the 552. Then this is when she moved out, that balance was 598.
Yeah,
So you get those two amounts. Then the meter went haywire, but it should be the 4950, 49, or 4590 times two.
right, and you guys paid those, the minimum during those
Yeah.
two cycles.
And then it should be the 746.
Right,
So those five added up, minus whatever they've paid already. Correct? You wrote it,
Well-
you've been paying the minimum for the last couple months?
cycles, the cycles.
Previously, we were paying the minimum. We were guys that
right.
pay the minimum, and then I think on the last two cycles, we've paid either one or two cycles. We paid the full quarterly amount.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying, is they've already carried,
My wife has notes there.
yeah,
on what
they've
we
already
paid.
carried over all of those other funds,
Right,
minus these ones here, have already been
Paid?
paid out,
okay.
all right, for that. So that's why I said, we take this amount, subtract this from that, comes up to the 3,000, all right? And then, so it's 3,926.27, and we can't account for
Right,
that money. Well, we can't account for water either, because clearly there's something wrong with the meter, or how it was calculated out
right, something was done.
on funding for it. So I can't see,
You can have the meter tested.
huh?
You can have the meter tested.
Right. But if it's reading accurately now, that's the issue that we have. It's reading accurate now.
Right.
And
But
it
it
wasn't
was-
during that time period. So,
What
and
happened?
we have no answer of why that would happen, but I think.
So that 38,1099 basically should go away, is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. What the difference of that for the 38 and 39, I mean, take your pick of what your poison wants to be on how we handle this, but,
Yeah, it's like a $100 difference.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
but if it's $100 difference, we'll pay the $100
Yeah, if
difference.
you
I mean,
take the
it's not.
38,1099,
Just need something that's reasonable,
away-
not, that's all. We're
what's
just,
the numbers?
we don't know what the usage is or
3810.
anything.
810.99
99,
equals,
115.
it's $115 difference.
Yep, and then it'll be square.
Okay, yeah.
But we have to get that meter tested. Something's going on with it. I mean, it might have been a fluke thing, storm. I mean, it's kind of unusual, but it was one time.
Yeah.
Could
I mean,
have got struck by, I don't know.
it,
It's weird. It's only done it that one time in the last.
like, I
One?
mean, we've had, I mean, had
One,
we've
two.
had it happen with next people, like, people just leave the hose on not knowing,
Oh,
you know? And you're like, oh, you go to the toilet running constantly.
Oh, shoot. How did I do that? All right, let's see if I did this right here. So, I took the total due now, I subtracted the 746 there, came up with 3,926.27. Then I subtracted the 115 so that they'll end up having to pay 115.28 from it. So the total abatement cost would be $3,810.99.
Correct.
Okay? So I'll entertain a motion if you guys wanna. If that's yours, I don't wanna mess your stuff up.
That's-
That was yours too.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
So can you do me a favor, because I did this for you? If you can just put your account number and your phone number here so we can
Sure.
process this to them and I can fill out the rest. Yeah, here you go. All right. Can I borrow your pen now? I'm gonna play pen here. All right, so do we have a motion?
Yes, motion.
All right, that we're gonna rebate $3,810.99
Yep.
of water bill, and that the resident will pay $115.28 to the North Carver Water District for water usage, and that's it. We have a second? We have a motion, second discussion, so hopefully we'll get somebody to come out there and test the water meter.
Sure.
All right, for that, and then,
Do you need me to sign this?
yeah, we'll take the rest. Okay. Yeah, we'll swap pens again. All right. Good, we can fill that out, and that's mine, all right.
Just come in town hall, check.
Yeah,
something like that.
let me submit this in, I'm gonna submit this
Yeah.
in tonight with my paperwork here, so they
Sure.
know what's going on.
Got it.
All right, do you wanna pay that as a separate one, or do you wanna add that to the next one coming in, or what? How do you wanna handle this?
You know, I guess, yeah, whatever's
Because it
easiest for you
should throw
guys.
up on his next bill.
Right, so.
Yeah, if it
how-
automatically
just come-
shows
yeah,
up.
Yeah, so just come in and, pay the
Okay.
115, all right, pay that off, get that out of the way, so then they can turn around.
Sure.
Your next water bill come up, should only be like that $700 one that you typically have,
Got
that
it.
comes up.
Got it.
All right,
Okay.
that's the good part, all right?
All
And
right.
otherwise, I think we solved the issue now, and like I said, we'll get in contact to test that water meter.
Okay, very
All right.
good, guys, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.
Have a good night.
Too.
All right, thank you very much for that one. All right. All right, next, discussion for inspection evaluation of the water plant. So, with that comes the, the other RFP that we did.
That's out there, right?
Yeah, that one's out there, but the one for the distribution operator one kind of goes along with this, so I figured I'd put it out there. The two companies that came in to look at the plant was Veolia and Weston Sampson. When I had the distribution operator, they did ask some questions and whatnot. The concerns were that if they bid in for the supervisor, distribution operator, are they not gonna be able to get the other one for the cleaning up and inspection and maintenance of the plant one? And how will that work if one gets one and one gets the other? And so there was some concerns about that. And I said, well, that's how it goes. I mean, you come in with your bid and we deal with it at that point, and it is what it is. I did send out to all the lists that the DEP has for operators as individuals and companies, so they all had a copy of it, and we got none. So we are in the same situation we are as we were 8 months ago. We're actually in worse condition now because Middleborough is no longer doing any work for us. So the letters, I'll read the first one from Weston and Sampson here. I want to advise you that Weston and Sampson's Services, Inc. has made a concise decision not to submit to the distribution operator supervisor as due today. We chose not to pursue so we could not jeopardize the North Carver Water Treatment Facility evaluation, repair, and maintenance, RFP. We will be Weston and Sampson CMR will pursue along with the future treatment facility operations effort when that comes about. We appreciate the time and effort with the RFP and the North Carver Water in general. Please let us know if you have any questions. Short, sweet, to the point. Veolia was a little longer here. Thank you for your RFP related to the water distribution operator services for the North Carver Water District. I originally thought, because they had sent me an email with this, and I didn't open it. When I got it, I sent it right off to the select board's office, letting her know this, hey, listen, I haven't looked at this yet. Just put it in a file for the RFP. And she sent me an email back, says it's not a request for proposal. So I just want to let everyone know that we're all kind of seeing this right now, that I haven't read this until I got it today. So we understand that your waterworks system is currently non-operational following the former operator's departure, and the district customers are receiving water through their interconnection with town of Middleborough. We also recognize that Middleborough's interim water system operations are concluding soon. They're already gone. Viola recognizes the challenges the community faces, particularly in recruiting and retaining staff in the current environment. More comprehensive solutions would be to hire a contract operation firm from the outset. This approach would benefit the town of Carver, streamlining the process and eliminating the need for multiple stages of consulting and hiring. The contractual operations firm would provide a complete package of services, including assisting the town in getting the water treatment plant rehabilitated and back online, offering ongoing maintenance for support, and providing skilled operators for the facility. By choosing this option, Carver would avoid the time-consuming and potential costly steps of separately hiring an operator, retaining and consulting engineers, and arranging for proper plant maintenance. This all-in-one solution would likely prove more effective and cost-effective for the town in the long run. It would alleviate your staffing challenges that impact your ability to maintain operations standards, meet regulatory requirements, and uphold the service quality. While we appreciate your inquiry about the operation and supervisor service, this is not a service that Viola typically provides. Rather, our expertise lies in providing comprehensive operation, maintenance, and management solutions under a full-service contract. Our O&M approach offers reduced operational risks, assess our global network of experts and technology, and improve long-term efficiency. Viola provides operators, maintenance technician, management support staff, ensuring a holistic solution to the addresses both immediate staffing needs and the long-term operational challenges, delivering consistent, high-quality services to your community. Under this contract model, the district retains ownership of the water assets while Viola assumes the responsibility for day-to-day operations and maintenance. And then they submitted an overall pamphlet for their organization. You want to take a look at those, go right ahead. So it kind of wrote something up quickly. This is the situation we are now. We have no operator for the water plant. Prior administration, including you, Eric, left the plant in the North Carver Water in peril. When the wait-and-see attitude continued, I was given 4 days to make a decision to shut the plant down, as both members resigned. If you both had stayed, we could have met and hired an emergency company to run it. When the select board and I met to appoint members, we had 3 applicants applied, and the select board wanted to wait for you two. This action is suspect by me. On May 28th, I presented the issues and found that the plant. It wasn't until July 10th the new commission met. At that point, I proposed an RFP to hire a company to run the plant. Y'all want to wait for a feasibility study of the plant. Then you wanted to wait to get council to look at it. And it was put on hold. It wasn't until now that we're in the same position now. Even if we hire a company to let us know what's wrong with it, we still need one to run the plant. It appears no one wants to be just a distribution operator or supervisor of the plant. Knowing this, it is not a long-term solution, which goes back to my original plan to hire a company to run the plant. We have no choice but to get the water system up and running. We need to hire a company to run the plant long-term. So I'm motioning to put an RFP out for a permanent running of the North Carver Water District, and it be sent out within 30 days.
Yeah, do like a 2-year contract.
Companies don't want a 2-year contract. They want a full contract to run the plant.
Right, yeah.
So typically, it's a 3-year contract that we put out for, and that's what we should be doing now. We can still go through a company running, telling us what's wrong with it, get it fixed, everything for emergency.
They'll be able to run it, and then, well, they'll be able to operate it.
Well, we're piecemealing it now.
Right.
Just like Viola has said, is that, I'm screwing up their name, sorry, but originally, that's what I want to do, hire a company, get in there, run the plant, and then they can tell us what's wrong with it and go forward. We're piecemealing it now. It's not the right way to do it, but we're stuck with it. We got the RFP out there. We got these 2 companies, Weston and Sampson and Viola, will probably bid on it. I got another company that sent in for me, 2 companies that requested RFPs again. I sent it to them. Because there was an issue, it being posted on the town. The RFP had a link to link it, but when you click that link, it doesn't go anywhere.
On the website? Yeah.
It didn't go to the town, it went to the town website, but it said error on it. It didn't give you any location for it.
Okay.
So it was brought to my attention, I went to the town, it was finally put on, but the link still out with the RFP goes to nowhere, so they contact me and I go ahead and send out the RFP to them. So I'm hoping we'll get more than just the 2, but no matter what, we can't wait. The DEP is going to be pissed because I haven't sent them an email yet to tell them, hey, guess what? We got nobody for an RFP for distribution operator now. We can't wait
Well,
because,
see how quick the lawyer can draft up a combined RFP for operator and distribution technician.
he has one from what we had talked about before. He has one that it just has to be modified a little bit to come back to us. So,
If he can do that, and did he get the MOU over to Middleborough yet for the water?
did you talk to him?
I haven't heard from him, no. I didn't reach out again, because he's had my number once. You want me to call him again? I can call him.
Okay, I think that's on, we'll discuss that, because I think that's also on this, isn't it? Middleborough bill, water agreement.
Because I assume whoever's gonna be involved with the RFP is gonna wanna speak with Middleborough anyway, because the water's flowing through those lines. So they gotta kinda come to some type of operational agreement.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this as member comment. I called the lawyer and I asked him, how's that agreement going with Middleborough? He had a call with Greg Corbo, and he said he was waiting on you to contact him so you can sit down with him for it.
Corbo or for our lawyer?
Our lawyer wants to sit
Okay.
down to go over everything, and I told our lawyer to call you.
Okay.
Kind of backwards, but no matter what, because like I said, we all put that into for you to deal with that with the lawyer and Middleborough, so, and that hasn't happened, so,
Yeah, when I spoke with Middleborough, I can go back on the dates, but they said they're just looking for a one-page, basically open-ended, that they'll supply water as needed.
right, so, I mean, but that's, like I said, that's up for you to,
All right, I'll
you
track
need to
down
call the
that.
lawyer and get along with him, and that's number 8 for it. But to get back to this, is that we really need to do this, so I put the motion out there to have it within 30 days. I really want a 3-year commitment, I don't want a 2-year commitment, because you have to understand is that we hire them, and the company that does the work on the plant, that tells us what's wrong with it, what we need to do, how to fix it and everything, they're gonna come in and they're gonna say, okay, fine, yep, this is what needs to be done, great, all right, we gotta find the money to do everything, get it up and running, have a company come in and take over and running it, all right? They're gonna fix the emergency stuff that needs to get fixed, just to get it up and running, so it is ready to go. So they said they can usually typically do that in 2 to 3 weeks to get us that information. All right, so that's gonna get us right into close to town meeting, right before town meeting. So by getting one out in 30 days provides another opportunity for us to, once we put it out, boom, we got another 30 days for that to come back to us and have people bid into this. But the DEP needs to really see that we want this system back up and running. The 2 commercial developments, or residential and commercial, they want to make sure that there's water available. We already paid for the, they already paid a betterment fee.
Yeah, did we get any paperwork on that? Yeah, did they?
We have $60,000 in our betterment fee. I went back into town meetings, all the way back to 2014, and money from our betterment funds was given to the town for other usage. So that betterment should be hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it was given back to the town for some other purpose. Why, I don't know, but we only have 60,000 in it right now. We've still got that RFP coming out for inspection and evaluation of the water plant. That's gonna be moved forward. We're gonna hopefully have at least 2 or 3 or more people apply to do that. But them knowing that we are now putting this out there, we'll have that back next week, week after. Yeah, week after, we'll have those, so we can meet in March to approve that part of it. And like I said, within 3 weeks, once they get in there, boom, they're gone. They're gonna start going to town on that plant. So, that's that one. Commercial development, it's still the same, they still need water. They did pay the betterment fees. I just need to make sure that's clear, that people that, the Constantine that owns the property behind the mobile and the convenience store, he was looking for 30,000 gallons a day for that project, and then and he paid a betterment for that property. And then across the street, Mr. McLaughlin, he bought 2 lots that paid betterment fees too. So knowing that he paid 2 betterment fees for these 2 lots, and those 2 lots now are unbuildable lots because it was separated by the roadway now. So you have 1 lot to the left and 1 to the right. Neither one are buildable to do anything with, but he has 2 properties that he wants to build on. So in my opinion is he still has the rights to at least get 2 lots.
Was that
hooked
a
up.
new development in the back where he's?
The urban renewal plan,
Okay.
all right, where the new set of lights are,
Yep.
back there. All right, so we still have to, like I said, we have to provide them water. They're both probably 1.5 to 2 years out for water, so this would actually be really good for us to get it, at least have a company in there, knowing that it's gonna run, and that we have a lot of things that have to be done there with them, okay? Middleborough bill, oh, yeah. All right. So this is about the meter pit, where the meter pit I thought was coming out of ARPA funds.
Right.
Well, we keep getting a bill from Middleborough, this was from December 9th, for $138,491.57.
That was, we approved that through opera funds, though. I thought that was,
So this has to go to town, the town,
yeah, because I thought the town administrator was here when he said opera's gonna cover that. We only paid like some parts or something, like 10,000.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just want to let them know that that money that Middleborough is looking for us to
Okay.
pay out, we're going to send this to the town administrator. All right?
Okay.
Because I was wondering, I'm like, how are we gonna?
Right, exactly. We can't do that, all right? So, yeah. All right, next one is finances. I had a meeting with the finance director, and some of the issues that we have is getting a clear understanding of what our financial situation is. And they're having a little difficulty too, because they have concerns about how our billing is being done and the direction that the the prior boards, I mean numerous boards, over the years have handled it is that they were always told, just tell the people pay their minimum. I need us to have a clear motion to them, because it just can't come from me, that people have to pay their bills. And if they don't pay their bills, then they have to either seek an abatement through us, or we're gonna shut their water off. And what was said to them before was they're not gonna shut anyone's water off. So, and the other way of doing it is we put a lien on the property, and were also told, do not put any liens on anyone's property.
No, that's typical, the lien goes on the property. So,
Well, I'm just relaying on what they is. So, I would entertain a motion that, that I will send a letter to the, finance department that all residents who receive a water bill from the North Carver Water District must pay their bill, all the time, and they need to, seek an abatement after the payment of the bill.
if it's within reason, if you see somebody's bill go from.
Give me a reason. Give me a number that I can tell them, all right,
If the bill ends up being 4 times their normal use or 5 times their normal usage, all of a sudden, it goes from $700 to $3,500, and nobody's there, I can't see you asking somebody to give you $3,500 when there's an issue with the meter. Pay your normal bill, but then get the abatement right away, so we can kind of adjust it. I don't know, what have you come across in the towns? I mean, if you find an issue with a hose on or leaky toilet, I don't know if it'll be that much money.
I'd be surprised, or,
oh,
Yeah,
yeah. So,
or people aren't there, the pipe burst, no one's there, but the water's going through that meter.
Yeah,
You know, that's not how we, they're gonna pay for it,
right.
unfortunately.
What's out of the norm that you've seen that
So,
would
I-
stick out, like it's something with a meter, other than it was a water issue? What would be something, I mean,
Tampering, people take the meter, turn it around,
yeah,
fill. Other than that, just the pipe burst inside the house and
they don't know.
they don't know,
Right.
they're not there, it's house is vacant,
Oh,
water was
okay.
never shut off, then they come and the water's been running for like 3 months,
Okay.
so you're saying 4 times the amount of what their typical bill would be?
You deal with these, so I didn't wanna, you see a meter issue, that's kinda common.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want somebody, here's your bill for $5,000 when you typically pay, $700 every quarter. That's gonna hurt a lot of people,
It's-
especially if
it
it's a
is,
meter
but-
issue. They should pay the minimum, right?
Unfortunately, the meter doesn't lie.
Right.
I mean, it does, but
Right. Do we
Goes
tell
to
them
the
just pay the bill
pay the bill.
and then come down for an abatement? Okay. That's fine.
Pay bill, and then seek abatement. I was thinking if we separate it to residential and commercial, if your bill is over $2,000 for a resident, all right, then pay what your regular amount is, what typical. All right, and then seek abatement.
That's fair.
And for commercial, if it's 5,000. Over, all right. Pay typical bill, and then seek abatement. Okay,
Unless they found something at the house that let go and,
well, and that's something that we have to ask them and say, hey, listen, did you have a pipe burst? Did you have this or whatever? I mean, how long was this going on for? I mean, and what did you do? I mean, when did you find it out or whatever? That's where we have to investigate it out there.
yeah.
And everyone says, no, of course, I had no problem.
Right. The commercial one, just to let you know, we still have an outstanding one with McDonald's. They have a $10,000 bill. They haven't paid yet. When I did talk to them on the phone, I did tell them that their sprinkler system was running for hours on end at night. So, I mean, hey, that's on you guys.
Yep.
I mean, fix it, I got a call twice from people saying, hey, the McDonald's water's flowing out of there. I drove up and there was. Okay, so, they have not come for an abatement, they haven't called me to seek here, I gave them an opportunity to come, they didn't come, so that's gonna be something to it, so, so can I have a motion that, that I can go ahead and send a letter to,
Yeah, I'll make a motion per our discussion.
for our discussion here, for a $2,000 typical bill, that you pay, and then seek an abatement for us, for anything else, and for commercial would be 5,000, pay a typical bill, and then seek an abatement for that, all right? And then, the minimum bill, we'll take a motion. You got a motion, second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay, that's the first part of that. Second part is, the minimum amount that we have there is, $45.90 for it. I always flip them back and forth, but, I think we have to put a, public hearing for that if we're gonna make changes to that, just like if we're gonna do a change of the water rates. So, we may wanna look at increasing that minimum amount.
Okay.
I also, when I talked to the finance that, meeting, is that they're gonna send us a copy of all of the, meter reads, for every quarter, so we'll know what's going on with all of those. They'll be sent to us no matter what. There is an issue with one that, there's one that has the same, number. Yeah, the same meter number for two houses, two properties. And I don't have it here with me. So that's gonna have to be addressed. It's tough to address it with us because we don't have a full-time staff or part-time staff or any staff to do it. But that's gonna have to be discussed at our next meeting, and to get someone out there to change out both meters or do them. I mean, one looks okay, the other one doesn't look like it's being used that much. So I don't know why they have the same numbers on both properties.
Clerical error.
Yeah, all right. Water rates policy, we're gonna have to discuss those, for water rates, but we have to have a public hearing to go ahead and increase them, for those, because if we're gonna start getting bills of $100-something thousand for water from Middleborough, and we're only getting in, $30,000-$40,000 from our residents, it's just not gonna cut it. So,
That doesn't make sense.
it doesn't make sense, you're right.
I thought it would cover the quarter. That's because our rates are higher than what Middleborough is.
Yeah.
Per gallon.
Right.
Yeah, that's what-
I don't think it's working out that way, though. It doesn't look that way. And Middlewell wants to increase it, too. They want to increase
That doesn't
theirs to
make
double.
sense.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Unless that amount was just for the month, no, it had to be a quarter. It couldn't have been for the whole,
No, this is for a
Thing.
quarter. Water provided North Carver Water District.
right,
This was before the meter pit, right?
yeah.
And they based this off of,
What our records were.
okay.
So, and that's 1.5 times
Right,
the rate of what we're charging.
correct.
Or what they're
Right.
1.5 times, what they're charging,
But it's still under our rate, though.
Yeah,
That's what I don't
well,
understand.
it doesn't make sense.
are they doing,
So, I have another meeting with her next week, to go over further, to make sure we're getting our money that we're supposed to be getting.
Yeah, because ours would be around $50,000 a quarter
Right,
for the water, but this is 3 times that.
right.
okay, let me ask, everyone's, I mean, we're on the same boat as Middleborough with reading gallons, not cubic feet, right?
Correct.
Correct,
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
then,
yeah.
because that's the only thing I can think of.
Because all of the new meters that Middleborough put in are all gallons.
Okay.
All right, so, and that's, what we need to deal with all of, that was one of the other discussions we had was water meters. We need to change them out. They're only good for 10 years, and a lot of them are way over that.
Right.
So we need to start changing those out, so they can have accurate billing too. Did that. I put North Carver office, for us to get an office and hiring a part-time secretary, I'm thinking about 16 hours a week. I'm getting a lot of emails, I'm getting a lot of information coming in. My little office at home is just overrun with paper and documents and emails that are coming in. I don't have the space for it anymore. I mean, if I run a business out of my house, that's one thing, but I'm not running a business from my house. This is a government entity. We need an office that we have, and we should have a part-time person, especially with us having a company coming in, and we're gonna have to have somebody there to answer the phones, to document everything, because I'm not gonna sit here and document everything. That goes along with this. So, and we need a go-between the finance office and us, so we have better communication and workflow.
Do you want to check with the town if they can help out in some way with this?
Well, see, that's the issue here. That'd be a town employee. I'm looking for a North Carver Water District employee that we hire. That's under our auspice and not theirs.
Yeah, but you're gonna get into payroll and payroll taxes and everything else that goes along with that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. And you know what? It's, at some point, we're gonna have to say, okay, I've asked for an office already. It's in our documents that we're allowed to have an office.
Right.
And it's kind of gone on deaf ears now with upstairs. So, we're gonna have to really start doing this. Plus, our filing system's wrong. I asked them to get copies of all of the plans for the water lines that we have, and the town says they don't have any. And that told me to talk to Kevin Tracy. He said everything is at the plant. Well, I can tell you, no, it's not. All right, there's 2 developments that are on the plans that are in there for the developments, but Route 58, there are no plans for Route 58 of where all the water lines go to, nothing. Which, that means that we need to pay somebody to go out there and do a friggin' plan. And that's gonna be thousands of dollars to go through Route 58, Plymouth Street, Captain's Perkins, all these streets that have the water line and individuals, and have everything mapped out to say, okay, these are where they are. We have to have that done.
Right.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That has to get done. But we need somebody that,
That might fall into that RFP with the new operator and,
no,
well, their distribution.
no, we need to hire someone separate to do that. That's something totally different. I mean, because they're gonna wanna see that. They're gonna want that information
Yeah.
of mapping the water lines. Because if they're gonna be running it, if they're gonna be doing it, then they need to know where to go for everything.
Something happens, you know what to shut off and what to.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's the issue that we're gonna come into. So we need to do something about that. So that's why we need somebody that's in an office. Like I said, 16 hours isn't a whole lot, but it's just enough to get us through everything. And it will take some load off of Jill, or what Jill does for us too. But we need a separate office, because like I said, I'd rather come to an office here and say, okay, yeah, I'll come here, sit there for an hour or two, do what I have to do on the computer, print out there, so we've got our own printer and not using mine at home, and killing trees at my house. So the meter here it is. All right, so we got the new meter on 6 Captain Perkins. That was put in, it was, looks like it was eroded or something like that. But they submitted that. So every time they do get a new meter, they're submitting it upstairs.
Okay.
They do have that.
That was the one that was funky, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Wrong
Two
size.
highlighted in yellow have the same meter and radio number. So it's Acme Realty and Advanced Group, I think it is. I think those are the two.
What was the address?
I don't have an address.
First two.
I did that.
What is it called? Acme?
I think that's the one. I might have the.
Acme Realty Trust?
Yeah, I think that's what she had,
So,
but I don't.
an advanced, nope.
That's not one. That's that one. That's. I might be wrong here because it's referencing two highlighted, and I could have sworn I had it with that one, but maybe I didn't. Did I separate it out? It's not that one. You know what, I think I left that other page at home.
Anthony White? $12,920.
That could be. I'll get back to you on those two, because those are the two that we have to get rid of. That was sent to me on January 30th. All right. Plant needs the bathroom. We still need to, I haven't bought anything yet for it. I just filled out my W-9 or W whatever to, so I get paid for the
Lock.
lock, and I'll do the alpha cleaner. Did you find out anything about a cleaner to clean up the
I
bathroom? or
reached
not?
out to two of them, none of them got back to me.
Yeah, all right.
It's hard when you have
That's-
to tell them it's a, 5,000 square foot building, commercial
Yeah, I know.
building, and where it is.
Right,
And the,
yeah,
so,
all right. So we're still getting nothing for that. And the lights, did you get any other,
I only had the one so far.
all right, because we can't just go for one. We need
Was
other.
there one already in there?
Huh? The problem is what your guy had is a different scope.
Okay,
So I sent out the scope to John Dahl and also the other company
okay.
that gave it to us. And I did get an email a couple days ago wanting to set up a date to go back in there and look at it again.
Okay.
So I guess I'll do that again to try to get that going, because the lights need to be fixed before anybody goes in there and works. That was one of the things that they did say. All right. That was that. And I have a copy of that scope.
Okay.
All right. There. The next one is a water line did get freeze. Mr. Badger called me, said he had no water, and it was at 7:15 in the morning on one day. So I said, okay, don't know what went wrong with it, why he has no water. I called Middleborough. They said, nope, no problem with water there, but they'll send someone out as a courtesy to them. Went there, found out that the water line had frozen, and the issue is that the water lines that were installed at his property didn't come with insulation. They weren't insulated as they came up from the 4 foot up to there. It wasn't insulated out, so when it hit, boom, it froze right out.
Is that
So-
inside the house?
Oh, there's a crawl space.
There's, I think it was the outside part. It goes up like this. It comes, not go outside, but it doesn't go high enough
Okay.
to get in. So they came in, they heated it up. They got it so it's running again. They gave him some suggestions for it. I let him know that, that we pay for up to the roadway from your property line in is all up to you to fix. We have no control over that.
Right.
All right, so that's how I handled that issue with it.
Yeah, that's standard.
Wasn't too
Right.
happy with that. Plan a water meter replacement. I know we had already authorized to buy meters, but Middleborough, that was part of the ones that I wanted to include into the contract, that we can get meters from them. Looks like that's not gonna happen.
We can put that out to bid too,
So, well, we can buy those right outright
Yeah.
from the company. So, we just need to buy those. So I think we should probably, we don't have anybody to install them,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, we can put it out to bid,
Put it out the bid, but
X amount of meters, and then
I mean,
usually, and the homeowner pays for the, right, we're gonna supply the
homeowner
meters?
pays for the meters. They're have to pay for the meters.
Meters and labor,
So, I don't know what the cost is
Right.
for labor to put a meter in. I mean,
shouldn't be
I thought,
much for a meter.
I have no clue.
You shut the, right, they just shut the water off and both ends?
we, in Duxbury, we pay for, I mean, we supply the meters, and when you go to replace them, the customer, it's free charge.
Right, because they use their own staff
Oh,
to replace the meters.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't hire someone out to do it.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
think-
where we're gonna come into an issue about,
I think that's in our bylaws, that the meter will be, cost will be responsibility of the homeowner.
right, it is.
All right,
All right,
But we get a better deal if we put it out to bid too.
right. So,
and we don't got the manpower.
Yeah,
if that's the way you guys wanna do,
some come springtime we should look at. Because you have the list of meters that have to be done, right?
oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's like 100 meters, I mean.
Right,
For it.
that's an easy.
So, all right. So you want to put out a bid for 100 meters
Yeah, I think that'd be-
replacement?
Wow. How many accounts do we have?
It's like 145.
Yeah.
Why don't we just,
Some of them are.
Some are brand new.
Okay.
I mean, there's no sense of replacing
All right.
ones. So if we do, even if we do 80,
I think we priced out the 100 we were gonna replace.
right?
And it was like 20 grand or something, 24 grand.
Yeah, it's $265 for each meter. If Midwogong, because they buy in such big bulk, it would like $245.
And we
But-
could put it out to bid that, here's the list of meters and the install, and they come back
Yeah.
with a price on it, and
well,
Do we want to do the whole 100, or do we want to just do 80, do a smaller amount, and say, okay, fine, we get these done and over with, great, we get the oldest ones first.
I would suggest, let's concentrate on, obviously, the oldest ones and the ones that don't work.
Right.
And then, so that, I mean, like, I think 80 would be sufficient, I would think, you know?
Okay. I think so too. I think 80 is a good start fact, and that way, we know we get the oldest ones, we get the ones that are bad, get them out of the way, and then next year we can work on the next set.
That's,
All right,
I
Yeah.
agree.
okay,
then we'll have a good list going forward.
All
Meter
right,
numbers,
so-
when they were done.
okay. Can I get a motion for that?
Make a motion.
Make a motion, put out the bid, 80 meters replacement for an RFP. Second,
Second,
discussion, all in favor, say aye.
aye.
Unanimous, all right, unanimous. Aye for me too, all right. Next on the list is correspondence. All right, so DEP sent me a thing here that the following system operated by you as listed in our records is being exempt from asbestos monitoring, meaning the system has no asbestos containing pipes. However, we have never certified as such. You would please verify the below listed information for the system. So we need to have somebody fill this out, because I cannot fill it out, because I don't have the experience to do that, to certify we have no asbestos in our system. So that needs to be done by whoever comes up to us.
Didn't Minwell just do that?
No.
I thought I saw something with lead and copper. and-
Lead and this is asbestos in the plant itself.
Oh,
All right, and it's so new, it wouldn't have it. Then I have the other certification form for the asbestos that goes with that one. Next one, okay, this was again from DEP. You are receiving this email because you are a public water supplier, representative responsible for submitting reports, data, information to Mass Department of Environmental Protection, Drinking Water, in accordance with 310 CMR 22.00, according to Mass DEP Division of Water Protection Records, in accordance with da-da-da-da-da, you were designated by a public water supply to maintain a Mass DEP, EDP user account with an associated active proof of identity for submitting files on behalf of your public water supply to Mass DEP as required. Proof of identity associated with your EDEP user account. And so what they're saying is I have to set up an account for us because Small Water Systems was doing it before. They're no longer, and I don't have the experience to go ahead and do that. So
No, I checked when Middleborough's been supplying the,
Middleborough's no longer in charge of us.
Yeah,
They
but-
were submitting everything for us,
right.
but they are not doing that anymore.
When did they stop? They just stopped cold,
We got a 30-day notice that they're not doing it.
so they don't want.
They're not doing it.
Okay,
They're not doing anything for us except for providing us water.
gotcha. They're not testing their own water?
They're testing their water,
Right, are they testing anything on the side though?
not anymore.
No. Oh,
We're in charge of anything from that meter pit over.
okay,
All right, so they're gonna give us water reports from their water, the way they were supposed to by the regulations, but anything from that water meter pit on town of Carver is North Carver Water District, and we're in charge of it.
Okay, how long have they been doing that for? Has it-
They had an emergency agreement with here for 2 years. That 2 years is over.
Okay.
It was over 2 months ago.
Oh, so we're gonna be in non-compliance.
We've been in non-compliance the whole time, to be honest,
Yeah.
with DEP, so,
I don't think you do sampling.
huh?
You don't do any sampling, I bet.
no, they had sampling, I
They
think,
were doing our sampling
up until December.
up until, yeah,
Yeah, but every month you're supposed to do sampling, call them,
that's right.
and who's doing it?
I don't know.
Mm.
So, the lead service line replacement survey, they did that for us, but even still, they're looking at us for next year to make sure that it's getting done. And they're not playing games, I think, with us anymore. We have another one from DEP. The 2024 Annual Statistical Report is now available. So, just to let everyone know, that's another thing that's gonna need to be done in 2025. Service Live inventory request. This is why it's important, because guess what? Our service lines, we don't know where the hell the friggin' things are. How can we do an inventory if we don't know where they are?
Can't,
Can't. So they're strongly encouraging us to comply with the requirement to submit a service line inventory by October 16th of '24. This was sent out 1/29/25. Yep. So, yeah, I'm not too happy with some of those things there from DEP, but the reason why we need to have somebody working for us is vitally important, because DEP is gonna come down on us hard. I'm just waiting for it. And like I said, after this meeting, I have to send them an email to let them know that we don't have a distribution operator, we don't have anybody to do any of these things that we're required to by law. And what they're gonna do to us is the only thing they can do to us is go ahead and fine us. Don't like it, but that's what it is. I think this all would have been prevented if we had hired somebody at the onset, or at least even before I came in here, that there wasn't the wait and see attitude. Yeah, the wait and see attitude that was just here that says, wait till the new town administrator come in and deal with it then, but it's been 8 months and nothing's been dealt with, so we're in the same situation.
all right, so tomorrow you'll get with the lawyer for the RFP to be rolled up together as one. Get that out.
No, we can't do that. We can't roll in what we put out there for an RFP for what's already out there. We can't change it now.
Isn't the deadline over for that, or no, is it still out?
It's still out. They have to submit it to us,
Okay,
all right, for the inspection, evaluation, and fixing the emergency stuff that needs to be fixed, all right, to get it prepped to get it recommissioned.
Was there a-
That's still out there.
what was the timeline on it, do you know? Did it have a end date?
Yeah, the end date is, I think, next week.
Okay,
All right, for it. It's not like we can turn around and do it. So we have to put another one, RFP out, a new one, for someone to run our plant. So we're gonna be in the same position we were before of that, all right, we have this company here doing this, but then we're gonna have a total different one, but we can't wait any longer.
Yeah, I don't anticipate we're gonna have anything by next week for that, to open up.
If it comes in next week, then we're looking at 2 weeks for us to get our next meeting. And if you want to do that, look at a meeting for, so that brings us to the 5th, which is Ash Wednesday, for March 5th.
Be at church. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm just
no, it's
No,
totally, I
I'm-
understand, I
no,
totally understand.
I'm available.
Me too.
At 5? I have a 6 o'clock, but I can be here for 5.
That gonna be enough time, I mean,
Well, that's the only thing that's gonna be on,
okay.
the only thing, I'm just trying to bring up the North Carver Water, where the heck is it?
Unless you guys meet early.
That's not there. Sorry, I'm just bringing up the RFP just to make sure my dates are right. All right, the dates. So today is the last day for the RFP to be submitted to the town.
Oh,
Oh, so
It's tonight. So we have the week of February that we can award it to. So do you want to meet next week?
how soon can you think the lawyer can get everything else together?
I'm not sure if you can have another RFP for it, but,
Well, if nobody applies,
oh, we're gonna have apply, well, people are applying.
Okay.
There's no questions asked about that. So I have a meeting at 7 o'clock, where, in Marshfield at 7. So I can still meet at 5 here if you guys want to do the 19th, just for the RFP to award it.
okay, so
next Wednesday?
Yeah,
next Wednesday, so
next Wednesday.
2/19. And then are we also gonna have a meeting on the 5th, March 5th?
And then, well, we can branch that one out to
Okay.
mid-February, the 12th,
March.
right, that's today. It's the 12th too. Do you want to do the 12th in March?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do March 12th,
So
5 o'clock,
19th?
yeah.
Of February and the
Yep.
12th.
So next Wednesday, here at 5, just for the RFP, that's the only thing will be on this agenda. And then,
Not March 5th, right?
more-
We're moving it from March.
not
5th.
March 5th, no.
Going the 12th.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay,
12th.
my phone's gonna die.
Good,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, got it.
Okay. All right, do you guys have anything?
No,
No.
Oh, the one last thing is a reminder, ethics training, jump on the website to complete your ethics training for the year. We're required to do it every year.
we've done 3 already.
Yeah, same. It's fun.
Do you
It's always
know-
fun to do.
Because I have to do in Duxbury, will that cover me here, or do I have to do both?
I think you got, I had to do 3.
You have to do, yeah,
okay.
for each position you're in,
Okay.
so,
Yeah, in town.
yeah. Just on your free time, just sit on a computer and watch TV and do it at the same time. So,
Right.
that being said, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Let's make a motion.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right.